for help.
You can't help a person who doesn't want help. You can't, sir.
My God.
So when a spouse is crying that the spouse has committed adultery severally, they say pray for him. Fast some more. Excuse me? And the person is doing and going.
He's eating and fasting.
Bros. He is eating, I am fasting. No, sir, it doesn't work that way. Even Jesus said, I stand at the door. I will be knocking. Until that door is open, King of Kings, Lord of Lords will not barge his way in. He will wait. So until the person says, in fact, we say in addiction circles, the greatest obstacle to overcome in addiction is denial.
Absolutely.
It's denial. Have you ever met a drunk man and you say, you are drunk? And you say, yes, I'm drunk. No. You say, who is drunk? It's you that is drunk. It's not. Even in his drunk state, he has to exercise denial. And you know why? Denial is a defense mechanism. Because the day I take responsibility that, yes, something is wrong with me, I must also accept the responsibility that I have to do something about it. So because I'm not ready to do anything about it, I'm not going to accept responsibility that anything is wrong. So I gaslight my spouse. You are imagining things. You are paranoid. You are too suspicious. What is strong with you?
You know, woman of God, my concern now is from what you're saying. How about the situation whereby I have gotten so involved in it, and I'm adulterous, I'm involved in all of this, and now I have lost the desire to fight it because I'm enjoying it. And then the next thing is I want to compel my spouse.
So do the things you have been doing outside.
Wow.
I have women running to me. The husbands have already stepped out and they're coming back. I want us to practice anal sex. And the wife will be like, no. If you don't agree, I will go outside. I said, go and tell him to go. Because he has already gone. For him to make that statement, his heart is gone. His body may not have gone yet, but the heart is gone. I said, tell him to go. But as he's going, you put a boundary. Go, but my body is no longer available.
Okay, so if he's having multiple affairs outside,
yeah.
I'm not supposed to let him come.
So that you come and give me HIV.
No, but you are in love.
Excuse me, sir. Only Jesus was called to die and he has already died. Nobody else should die. So, he has died. He has died. Nobody else should. We were not called into marriage to die. We were called into marriage to live. To pull our best potentials out. This is the reason for marriage is collaboration. Let me help you bring the best out of you. You bring the best. When we take our vows till death do us part, you know me saying, now you go kill me.
And no, so that's what I'm thinking. That because I'm in church, Reverend, I'm in church, and we took a vow, and this vow is that until death do us part. And I'm in love. And one of the things about love is that love is love is sacrificial. So and love is forgiving. So he's going out, coming back, and all of that. Even though it's very difficult to stop, one day he will stop. Can't I be giving him my body until he stops? And
no, I will hold my body until he stops.
I will hold the body until.
Yeah, because.
But he's going to tell me that that's why he's going outside.
No, I was here when he started going out. I was here and available and he still went out. So it's not my availability that is the problem. It's his twisted mind.
His twisted mind.
Yes, his inordinate desires. That's what King James calls it.
Inordinate
affection, inordinate whatever. That's what is taking him out. So, what does the Bible say? That it is impossible for those who have put their hands to the plow and looked back to come back, because they are crucifying the Son of God a second time. So if you have entered into a covenant of marriage and you take your hand out, if God will not let you crucify his son a second time, why are you asking me to give my body a second time?
Wow.
It's a standard in the scripture.
Okay.
Except those that God will say, this is warfare, stay here. And I have an example. Hosea was in warfare. God said to Hosea, go and marry a prostitute. She will leave you, but bring her back. 3 times Hosea had to bring the wife back. This was a clear-cut instruction from God, and it was something going on. But otherwise, God was the first divorcee. When Israel was fooling around, He divorced them. So if you have problem with divorcees, go and settle it with God.
So, all right. So, number one, you've said that the person involved in this adultery must be seen to be involved
in his recovery.
Must even first of all see that there's something wrong.
That's right.
Yes.
He must first admit, okay, this is not the right way to live. 1. 2. He must look at the, the ripple effect of what he's doing.
Absolutely.
My dad was not only an alcoholic, he was also sleeping around. He never brought any child out of wedlock home, but he married multiple wives on top of my mom. My mom was the first. I have 2 brothers, sir. My oldest brother had, he had like 6 children from 4 women. My younger brother has 3 children from 3 women.
Wow.
My immediate senior sister had 3 children for 3 men. And yet my father may not connect what was happening to his children with what he was doing. Ezekiel chapter 18 verse 2, what is this proverb that I hear you say in Israel? That the fathers have eaten sour grapes, but the children are paying the price. Isaiah 51 verse 1, those of you who are pursuing after righteousness, look to the rock from which you were hewn and the pit from which you were dug. Look to Abraham your father and to Sarah your mother. Meaning that whatever is going on with you now, check where you're coming from.
If it's in the root, it will be in the fruit.
We cannot have the root of apple and be seeing mango up. If the roots in the ground is apple, now apple will go see. So it's so important that we take these things. When you fight battles to take back territories, it's not just for you alone. It's for also all the people whose destinies are tied to you. And until you stand up, those destinies are doomed. Not because God is powerless, but because the justice of God will not allow him to cross altars that are speaking.
My God.
It will not allow him.
Wow. Could you just put your hands together? I mean, this is... wow. You know, something happened in our city here. Just to strengthen what Reverend is saying, we had a case where a woman she had a very great flourishing ministry in the city, and the husband too was involved in pastoring, and I know them closely. Unfortunately, the husband went around sleeping with a member of the church, unknown to him that member of the church was HIV positive. She was in the choir, so he slept with her, picked on HIV from her, went back home to sleep with his wife, who had a flourishing ministry. She was just approaching her 40th, and that's how he gave her HIV. It all began like she was sick, she was this, all of us, everybody thought it was just sickness and all of that. And within 6 months or thereabouts, she was gone. She died. And
he's still around that.
He's around. Apparently,
he put himself on antiretroviral drugs.
He had discovered that, so he put himself on ARV.
And didn't tell her. So you would say she should give her body? God hates abuse. That's why he took Israel out of Egypt. God hates abuse. And he will not polish a daughter into a pillar and have you break her down with preventable nonsense.
But because again, what you're saying is that what we're looking at is that for those who are involved in adultery and your partner has stayed, there is no better demonstration of the person's love for you, because every moment the person has stayed with you
is proof.
It's a demonstration of the person's willingness to actually die with you, because the person could have died from your last experience with the person. So this person has lived longer than necessary with you. Continuing in that lifestyle is indicative that you no longer want this person alive.
Boom.
You no longer want this person alive. Because it's no longer about your habits now. It's about the fact that you know this habit can result in the death of this person, and you still continuing it.
And you know, Papa, you know what
Yeah.
gets me? These people who cheat, because both men and women
Absolutely,
are cheating now.
yes.
Because, women own don't they enter gear 6. Both of them will come home and refuse precautionary measures.
Yes.
The lady will tell me he refuses to use a condom. I said, then you refuse to give your body. But he will report me. I said, let him take you to anywhere. I have a cousin, incidentally, from this Abuja, whose husband did exactly the same thing. Infected her with HIV, didn't tell her. Faithful woman. My cousin died at 40. In the most agonized, her own entered AIDS before they realized what was going on. So the antiretroviral drugs didn't help her. She died in agony. And the man is still strutting around.
So why is the church...
May them get law for that canteen now. If you don't give your spouse and then prove and say, now you, may them carry you. In fact, they shouldn't kill you. If it's a man, they should just castrate.
So why is the church afraid to step in? Why is the church afraid?
Because the church is more interested in appearances than in the lives of the people in church.
Sorry. So we're more interested
In appearances.
in our
in our
image,
church, we
our
don't
brand,
do divorce. So we
our
don't do
church
divorce.
brand.
We don't do divorce. You have to go back. A man packs his bags and leaves his house, the house he built. And all you would tell him is, oh, we don't do that in our church. You must go back home. And you have not dealt with what drove him out. What is that? Me, I know we pastor, so I don't know. I'm not afraid to say some things because I don't pastor nobody. I'm not afraid to offend anybody. But the truth is, the church needs to reintroduce the standards of God because we've left them outside. How can you be fully aware that this man is sleeping with his daughter, but because he brings money to the church, you allow him to keep sitting in front, and the daughter is sitting behind looking at you? What of me? Don't I matter? You won't even reach out to the daughter. That's what David did. And David heard that Amnon had raped Tamar.
Yes.
And he was very angry. Full stop. Did not confront Amnon. Did not comfort Tamar. That's what the church is doing.
It's more about preserving the name,
The
of
image
our church.
and the name.
Yes.
And the
At the expense
rottenness,
of lives.
the rottenness inside there is worse than sepulchres that they were talking about in New Testament. Sir, the church is indicted.
The church is indicted.
And she has to do better.
Would you please help me appreciate